Welcome back to the channel. So, following kind of an update with crypto. I know I'm supposed to make other videos, but I kind of been lagging. We've kind of been busy on some other stuff. So, this is just going to be a follow with Bitcoin and what's going on right now. So, I'm seeing some interesting stuff here in the price action. If you look at starting with the monthly time frame, we have a divergence between RSI and price action. So, we have this high here and then new high created, right? But look at the RSI. We have high, lower high here, creating a divergence between these two highs. You move down to the weekly time frame, we still have this divergence here. Same thing, it's a bearish divergence. We have high, lower high, price action has a high, higher high. And if you watch my other videos too, you know what I mean by this trending weekly RSI right here, downward trending. And now let's move down to the daily time frame. So looking at this, we have another bearish RSI here. Let's look at this high, lines up with this high. We took this high that was left behind. So it took the liquidity for one, and then we created this bearish, bearish divergence by creating a new high. Meanwhile, RSI is actually downtrending. So that's some pretty interesting stuff I see here in the market for Bitcoin. And then moving back up to the weekly time frame, what I see here as well, we kind of hit my targets. You look at here for the standard deviations, we came pretty close to 4 right here. We're in this golden pocket, and then also here, this standard deviation. This one was pulled when I got in, so I got in this area. And as you can see, it hit these targets already. And with that being said, so we left behind also this bearish FEG here, weekly FEG, which should hold as resistance basically. And if you move down back to the daily time frame, as you can see, the RSI kind of hit the oversold area and it's kind of creeping back up, right? So my idea is it comes back into this weekly FEG. It can close here, hold it as resistance, causing the RSI to kind of reset here on the daily time frame. And that would support my idea of it pushing lower. And also, if you look at this yellow EMA, it's the 63 EMA. So basically, it's kind of similar to the 50-day moving average, but I just don't use the 50. I prefer the 63. If you look at that, we closed below it, right? And we held. Now it's coming up as well. So it's also gonna retest this EMA and see if we hold as resistance here. And then let's see, add something else here. So this weekly time frame as well, this candle right here, that's a pin bar. So we have a pin bar close there and here on the monthly time frame. So that's showing pretty good, strong clues for it wanting to push lower. We want to go, action wants to drop, have a healthy retracement for crypto. Because if you traded crypto before in general, or kind of have heard of it, we or just looked into it, we have these huge moves, right? So we have huge moves up, huge moves down, and it happens every Bitcoin cycle. Having 2020, having 2024, it has to reset, right? So it could continue to have, so it could, as it go into a bear market, so we could have a new bull market and push higher. So same thing here. We're in an area where it's pretty high up. We're past the date of the halving that happened back in 2024. And this is the next halving, right? In 2027. So for 2026, which we're at the end of 2025, it makes sense if we reset, right? 2026, and then it'll find its ground and find its footing to where it holds support, which my targets would be the standard deviation, right? We have this target and this target, which both have monthly FEGs, bullish FEGs that will hold, that should hold as support. And another thing is we have this low, and this low, which I see it as liquidity. So this is sell side liquidity, lots of sell side liquidity there, and here as well, right? And paired with the standard deviation, for Bitcoin, it tends to follow all the way to the golden pocket just because it makes these huge moves, right? So my target for Bitcoin drop to is in the 50,000 range. So we have from 49,000 to about 59,000 is where I would want it to catch support, its support level. Just how I did back here in 2022, where it just tanked and held here at this monthly FEG. So that's what I see. I see Bitcoin dropping down 2026, hold support, and then we start rallying just like how we did here before the halving. But yeah, so that's kind of my update on Bitcoin. That's what I'm seeing at this moment. To me, it's kind of the end of the Bitcoin, the crypto cycle. So I'm still playing it kind of the same as I explained in my other videos, where I'm betting against my position. And then once I see more like complete confirmation, if this holds right here, basically I take full profits and wait for it to come down here. And also, so if you watch the other video as well, I did explain how I'm not exactly in Bitcoin itself, but I'm in, basically I bought into the ETF. Um, so it's the IBIT ticker symbol. So with that being said, since it's an ETF, I can use options, so I can sell options. So basically I sold against my position. So this move down, it kind of evens out my position because because of the basically how much money they give you for your contract. So when you sell a contract, you receive money, right? So it's kind of evening out my position. Yeah, my position is losing when it's dropping down, but due to me selling the put, my position also gets covered. So that's how I'm playing it. If it does hit around this area, I'd probably get into some crypto itself just to have the actual coin. And plus, the crypto market is open 24 hours, so it'd be a lot easier to just, trade it. I will probably get into the ETF as well, just because of, you can get it for such cheap amounts, a lot of bang for your buck. So people that are not playing with so much capital, I'd suggest the ETF, honestly. Yeah, and with that being said, I'll probably be ending the video here. Stay tuned for more. Um, I'll try to keep it more consistent. I know I've been kind of lagging on the videos, so I'll try to bring out another video explaining the SMTs that I use. I think that'll be my next video, hopefully, unless I see something in the market that I feel like making a video about. All right, so thank you for watching. Subscribe, like the video. Till next time.